Hey, Tony Jones back again for another quick video response. Great, continuing to have great conversation on the blog. Um, okay, I appreciate that some of you thought that in my first video response about a week ago that when I said that I didn't find certain arguments intellectually compelling, that was pretty weak response. Yep, that was pretty weak response. But I didn't have time to get into it, and I'm going to try to keep these relatively brief, knowing the limits of people watching YouTube videos. Okay, so today I'll tackle natural law. A lot of people, some people in the blog comment section have been quoting Thomas Aquinas. I've read quite a bit of Aquinas, and am very well versed in his natural law arguments, as well as kind of that whole Aristotelian view that he comes out of. And I appreciate it, and I understand it, but and it was very compelling to me in the early 1990s when I was in seminary. I would say that I would have placed myself in that camp of agreeing with Aquinas on natural law, agreeing with Aristotle, and even the modern day neo-Aristotelian philosophers. But I've moved away from that, and here's why. Because my experience of the world is not nearly as orderly as natural law would have us think that the world is. For instance, when it comes to homosexual relationships, gay relationships, lesbian relationships, and people who struggle with bisexuality, not struggle, people who are bisexual, some people struggle with it and some people don't, people who are hermaphroditic, people whose gender is not clear. The world is a vastly complex place, and just because the biblical narrative begins with a man and a woman, and just because Jesus referred to, when talking about divorce in the Sermon on the Mount and elsewhere, that he referred to a man and a woman exclusively, doesn't mean that other types of long-term love relationships are excluded any more than the fact that Jesus referred to Legion as a demoniac instead of a schizophrenic means that schizophrenic is somehow excluded from a Jesus Christian worldview. So natural law would have us believe that there are certain things that are woven into the very fabric of the universe, and I'm arguing that that's actually probably not true. I think that everything's relative, including the physical laws that we once thought were absolute. They're in fact relative. Even time itself is relative. So that's where the idea of natural law from an Aquinas point of view falls flat for me. I think actually the biblical narrative is a great testament to the complexity of the world and of life. Finally, a little footnote. A lot of people have been complaining about the way that conservatives are treated in the comments section of my blog. I want to say that I will continue to be interested in facilitating a helpful, beneficial conversation where everyone is respected. Thanks.